All right, I think I am live. Hello, everybody. It's another Friday, and I'm going to do a quick energy check with feelings and possible next move. And I'm doing super chats right after Pisces. So as soon as I'm done with Pisces, whatever questions I have is what I'm doing. If you show up while I'm live, I may take one or two, but try to have your questions in before I get started. That'll be great. Hello, Bernadette. Hello, Angel, Javiera, Nature Girl. What's up? And we have Romy, Bettina, Lisa. What's up, Lisa? And we had Archer. Archer popped in. Hello, Archer. And all right. So I'm starting right away because these ones I promised that myself and everyone that they would be quick. And let's get going. Let me get some shuffling in for Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. All right, Aries, their feelings and possible next move this weekend. And you know what? I'll roll the die. Who's most likely to show up for you this weekend? I see Cancer. I see another Aries. I see Virgo, Leo, possibly a Gemini. Taurus may be taking a nap, but they're trying to poke in, all right? So let's see. Feelings for you. We have the Judgment card here at the bottom of the deck, so we'll see what that's all about. Something's making them look at the whole picture. And I'm seeing the Magician card. So you're on their mind right now, and there's intention there. There's like, you're on their mind for a reason. All right, they're maybe trying to figure out or choosing when to make a move or what to do. Why are they feeling pulled to you? Maybe they just want to be, I want to make the right move. I want to do things at the right time, especially the Judgment card. If there's anything that's happened in the past between the two of you, and they're looking at things, but they're hearing, they're feeling a pull, feeling a call to you to show up, to return, to maybe apologize, or to finally say what it is that you've been wanting them to say. So their next actual move this weekend, I am seeing the Sun card for you. So expressing themselves. They are genuinely happy about you. There's definitely a hell yes here. They may finally say it out loud and express their true feelings for you. It feels like, they're falling in love or they're in love with you. They love being around you. So I have Leo and I have Gemini energy, and I also have fire energy here. This can be Scorpio or fire. All right. So that was Aries. Hello, FG. What is up? Love when we got some masculine energy in here. For Taurus. Kind of balances the show up. Come on. Hello, Karen. What's up? All right. Moving on to Taurus. Aries had all major arcana. I didn't say anything about that, but that's a big one. All right, Taurus, the bull. Taurus. All right, Taurus. We're looking at their feelings and the next possible move. Who's most likely to show up for you? I have a Cancer energy. I have a Scorpio energy. I have Aquarius for you. I have a Gemini and maybe 50% of Virgo energy showing up for you. So their feelings. You have the Queen of Cups here. So obviously there's some deep feelings here. No matter where you're at or how far apart you are, they're really tuned into you. And it's like you guys may be able to feel each other and just understand each other on an emotional level. All right, so a lot of love here, and maybe even thinking about how much this love has grown. You have their feelings for you as the Empress card. I must be tapping into a really good energy today. All right, you have the Empress card. Being near you just makes them feel good. They get refueled. They feel nourished. They feel loved. They definitely feel like this relationship is growing in a positive way. They may not have all the answers, you know, they may not know, but there's just a feeling that keeps bringing you guys together, and a feeling that, you know, I don't think, I think it's out of the question you not being on their journey or a part of their life. All right, so this is going to be about trust with all this major arcana that is coming up. Very loving energy. Their next actions towards you this weekend, Taurus, you have somebody showing up, somebody trying to respect you, somebody trying to be more consistent with you. And there's a loyalty here, and there's stability coming in. And these two here are my perfect couple. I know some people put, we put the Emperor with the Empress, but I put the Empress and the King of Pentacles together. So somebody is feeling that, you know, feeling stronger about what you're growing or building together. And this partnership could really turn into something really stable and secure long term. All right, Taurus. Gemini. Come on, I hate this. I after all these years, I still cannot get these buttons right. 7. Hello, Sonar, Lunar, Lurin, sorry. Gemini, 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 Gemini. Two more shuffles for Gemini. All right, Gemini, let's see who feels, let's see who's most likely to show. I just got the Magician card here too. Who's most likely to show up for you this weekend? I have a Cancer, I have an Aries, a Virgo, a Leo, possibly a Taurus, and I see another Gemini. All right, so let's see their feelings for you. Their feelings for you. All right, you have the Chariot card. So it looks like somebody has figured out what they really want. You know, something's clicking and they're coming in, they're returning. All right, if things could get intense, you know, and things could move pretty fast, because this is a decision and really focusing on where things are going now. We got to move forward, you know, so the direction is clear. So somebody thinking about that. Now, their feelings for you, Queen of Pentacles, really care about you. All right, they find you very relaxing, very comforting, very warm and nurturing. And, you know, they want to provide for you. They want to be able to give you what you need. And, you know, that's stability, security. They find you very compassionate too, and just very enjoyable to be around. Their next actions towards you is the Lovers card. You know, this is where I'm feeling something, you know, they've chosen you, even if they didn't, you know, take the action, right? The Lovers card says, I see you, I recognize you, I feel you on a soul level, but sometimes there's other circumstances that keeps us from taking actions, right? But it looks like the want, the desire, the need for you is driving the car right now and forcing them to confront it. So somebody returning to your energy, or somebody just finally making a decision to pursue you and follow their heart. You have Gemini energy here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer energy. All right, I love it. They seem too good to be true. What's going on here, guys? All right, Cancer. 10. Comments. Hello, Dory. Hello, April and Romy. What's up? All right. 2 more shuffles for Cancer. Hello. All right, Cancer. Who's most likely to show up for you this weekend? I am seeing, with the dice, a Scorpio, a Sag. I'm seeing Libra, a Virgo, and a Leo. All right, that's with the dice. And so we'll see. I'll call signs out with the cards, but the magic dice are here. All right, you have 7 of Cups energy right here. So obviously they're in love with the idea of being with you, of connecting with you, of seeing where things go. You know, you live in their head. But is it, you know, do they keep their options open? You know, the feeling is real here, but we haven't made it a reality yet. So let's see if they're going to. All right, I have 4 of Cups energy, you know, so they may be acting unbothered to you, but there's something really happening going on underneath, all right? So they may be acting like they're not interested or pulling away from you, but they may be, this could be a test. You know, it's like, man, I fantasize and see the possibilities of where this relationship can go, and I have feelings for you, but I'm not quite sure what to do with them. I'm protecting my heart. All right. So please, you know, with this energy here, you know, it's like, you know, you got to feel it. You got to feel good about it. But if somebody does withdraw from you a little bit, it's because they're feeling very overly emotional and maybe vulnerable with you, and they're not ready to feel exposed just yet. All right. And they may even enjoy fantasizing about the connection and just not ready to ground in on reality just yet, even though that's the next step. Now, their next step towards you right now is keeping something back. So they are testing you, Cancer. And the feeling is real, but they're tiptoeing around it. The timing is off. It's a timing thing for you right now. All right. And they're testing the waters is what they're doing. And they're testing the reactions right now is what they're doing. All right. They may need to see, you know, some people do need to see how much somebody really cares about them and really is protective of them as well. And so they're just, to me, they're not ready to expose their full true feelings for you, but they are legitimate. All right. There are feelings here. All right. My Cancer babies. All right. Leo. Remember, I'm doing super chats after this. So sign up now because I'm only taking whoever shows up right now. And it is the weekend and I need the weekend off. That is for show. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Show. All right. Leo. I got to do Leo at a different time. 14. Hello, Gigi, Taja, Emma, what's up? Thank you for being here. All right, Leos. I have a really hot Leo on my calendar. I have a calendar that does the zodiac for each one, and you know, they just make the Leo one look so gorgeous. All right, 2 more shuffles for Leo. 2 more shuffles. 1. All right, Leo, happy birthday. Let's see who's most likely to show up for you this weekend with the dice. A Cancer, a Scorpio, a Virgo, an Aries, a Sag, and possibly another fellow Leo if they're not hungover. All right. I have the 3 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So somebody's willing to see where something goes with you. You know, there could be even, I'm really putting effort in. I really just want to take it slow, but I really am interested in you and seeing if we have enough in common. All right. So that might be it's a slow build, right? But, you know, and this could even be somebody here willing to work things out or work on things with you, give something another go. Your person's feelings, 5 of Wands. So there is a lot of conflict going on. It could be inner conflict, friction and competition between the two of you. You know, constantly, you know, you guys feel the desire, you feel the attraction, right? But they may feel like you guys just constantly beef it out, or always battling each other, ego battles, who does what, who goes where. And, you know, so there's some intense feelings here. It's like, I want this to work. I love the intensity, but at the same time, you can be very challenging for them as well. Now, they may also feel that you have other things going on, or they may even think that you just draw a lot of attention to you. So there could be some jealousy also as well. Now, their next actions towards you is the Ace of Cups. I love this because something real is happening here, emotional. You know, they're feeling something new, a new way. Maybe you have pushed them, tested them, and you've cracked them open a little bit. So this can be somebody who is letting down their guards and being more honest with you about their feelings. You may reconcile, or you just may notice that they are being a little bit more softer with you when you're talking to them and opening up a little bit more to the connection. A strong reconciliation energy here too as well. You know, maybe you're showing them something they've never seen before. Happy birthday, Leo. All right, Virgo. Where's my innocent little Virgos? I'm going to give you 17. Virgos, you're so innocent. Where are you? Where's my sweet peas? Okay, Dory, I got you. Virgo time. Get another shuffle. These cards are sticking. All right. I know. I was waiting for somebody to say something. All right. Virgo, who's most likely to show up for you? Let's get the dice. I have a Cancer, I have Aquarius, I have Gemini, and I have a Pisces. That's all I'm seeing on the dice right now. Everybody else is kind of hanging out the way it's angled. Can't see them. All right, their feelings for you. All right, look at this. Somebody really showing up and pursuing you, wanting to pursue you. All right, they want to come to you. You may get somebody showing up at your door, Virgo. Right? Or just pay attention to their energy. You know, are they being a little bit more sensitive to your needs? Are they finding themselves around you, bringing you coffee or talking to you, and, you know, are being more receptive and being more vulnerable when you are talking? So this is showing somebody opening up and, you know, making some sort of movement or gesture towards you, pursuing you. And you have water energy there too. So the Star card is the way they feel. So quietly behind the scenes, they really are hoping that something comes between the two of you. Something happens between the two of you. All right. They still see this working. They see something coming of it in the future. And they're hoping that you guys come into alignment. They find you very beautiful. And you've gone through a lot and you've healed a lot, and, you know, you still somehow keep having faith or hanging on. All right. So this is somebody here that just cannot stop thinking about, you know, where things could go. And there's that innocent look with my Virgos. You're so innocent and pure. Their next actions towards you, you have Aquarius. Look at this. All right, coming out of nowhere. So messages could come in. Things could move pretty fast. They really don't want to be away from you. They really don't want to be distant from you. So I see somebody honestly pursuing you and wanting to make sure that they can bring, if you guys are at a distance or that's travel too, or if you guys have been, you know, a couple days apart, they want to be near you. All right. So things really moving fast with somebody hoping to see you. All right, Virgo. Let's see, Libra. All right, give me a little bit to shuffle these. These cards are sticking, so. Come on. I love these cards, and I'm going to be stubborn, and you're going to hear me complain about them until I finally get a new pair, a new deck. That's just how I roll. I have to hear myself complain enough, so I just get nauseous and want to punch myself. And then I do it. I do the thing. Hello, Lisa. You're welcome, Gigi. All right. Couple more shuffles for Libra. I know. All right, Libra, who's most likely to show up for you this weekend, whether it's through a call, physical, answering? I have a Scorpio, I have another Libra, I have a Pisces, and I have an Aquarius. Off to the side, I see a little bit of a Sag, so you could probably, nag a Sag. There you go, nag a Sag for their attention. All right. So let's see what's going on. Oh, I just dropped the cards. What's going on with my Libras? How do they feel about you, the person on your mind? Hermit card here at the bottom of the deck. So I am seeing here that somebody here is a little bit more quieter, trying to hang back, not sure, what's next, right? But this isn't rejection. They just can't give you an answer if they don't have it yet. So they're trying to figure out what to do. Now, this could be somebody that really cares about you. It's a Virgo energy. Maybe something in Virgos is for you, but they could have feelings for you. The Star card is there, but they want to wait for the right time to make the right move. Maybe something's going on and they don't want anybody else to see or be a part of it. Their feelings for you is the Devil card. All right. So this is desiring you a lot more than you realize. They're being quiet about it, but they definitely haven't put you down or put you away or forgotten about you in any way, even if you guys are distant. You could be their silent obsession. All right, you could be somebody that, they love to fantasize about you. The only thing that sucks about that is there are people that do that. They love the chase, they love the fantasy, and yet they don't do anything about it. And so that's part of, that's part of the thing, it sucks, but that's what happens. And they have a strong attachment to you. And they just don't know what to do with it yet. Maybe they don't want to look desperate. Maybe they don't want you to know how much they want this or how much they're obsessed about it. All right. But there's a connection here. And, to me, this is the Lovers card. There's feelings there. And you got Capricorn energy. All right. And I didn't do that on purpose. Okay. All right. Now, their next actions towards you is the Nine of Pentacles. You are seeing somebody that is self-sufficient. They enjoy you, but they don't need you, or they're acting like they don't need you. That's the thing, though, with the Nine of Pentacles. It's somebody who really obsesses or wants a relationship, but they really need it or want it. And so if they take that next step and they get into a relationship, are they going to feel trapped? Are they going to feel stuck? So this could be somebody that just loves the chase and loves the connection and just not ready to ground in just yet. But don't be fooled that they're not attached to you and don't want you or want this. All right. I got strong Virgo energy, earth energy going on. I did not do that on purpose. I didn't, I was like, uh-oh. All right, Scorpio. Um, 26. You're welcome, nature girl. All right, let me get some shuffles for Scorpio. I got to shuffle slow so they don't stick. All right. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio. Actually, I put the wrong time here. 25. All right. Bye, FG. All right. Scorpio, who is most likely to show up for you this weekend? I have a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Pisces, a Libra, and an Aquarius. Now, I got a little bit of a Gemini there. You may be able to get a text or catch them or try to connect with them. A little wishy-washy there. All right. So let's see. You have Ace of Cups, bottom of the deck. So something is starting between you and somebody else. There's a new energy. There's feelings, and they're real. They haven't been explored yet, and maybe I don't want to rush into things, but you definitely are catching feels. Somebody's catching feels with you. All right. Their feelings right now. Look at the Queen of Cups. Somebody here who is thinking about you and, feeling you, even if you guys are not with each other, still nostalgic about you, even if it was just yesterday. Very tuned into you and feels open to where this relationship can go. They find you very alluring and attractive, and something sensitive about you that maybe they don't get to feel with anybody else. It's easy to open up when they're around you. Now, their next actions towards you is the Five of Swords, right? So that could be questionable. They may be protective. Pride can get in the way with the Five of Swords, and, they'd rather look like they're not sensitive or vulnerable before they act right now. So they could be confusing you or, not. I don't feel like it's on purpose with these energies. I just feel like somebody's feeling a way that they haven't felt in a long time, and they just don't want to rush into something at this point. But it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio as well here too. So you may be talking to somebody, but you may be still confused on what they want. All right. Let the feelings grow, because even if the Queen of Cups pulls away and is processing their feelings, usually it's because they really feel a deep connection with you and they can't let go of this. All right. They feel like they can be themselves with you. And maybe they didn't see you coming. Maybe you came into their life and they're like, I was not expecting this. All right, Scorpio. All right. Gemini's showing up everywhere. I saw that. I know. Gemini's like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be right now, but I'm going to come in and bother everybody. I love Gemini. All right, Sagittarius. All right, give me a few more seconds to get a couple good shuffles in here. Well, that one wasn't. All right. 1, 2. All right, Sagittarius, who's most likely to show up for you this weekend? I see a Cancer, I see a Scorpio, I see Aquarius, I see Libra. And you guys are going to laugh, I see Gemini on the side here. But you might get a couple, you might get left on red, right? So be mindful that Gemini's kind of poking in, but not consistently. I have Ace of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So a truth coming out this weekend, seeing clearly the path that is opening up for you and somebody. So your person could be making a decision, you know, and this could be something totally new. It's like, you know, this is hard for me, but I'm really seeing clearly what needs to happen. So obviously that can go in two different directions. Let's see their feelings, the Two of Wands. So you have somebody here that's been sitting on the fence and who's considering a future with you, but still kind of hanging out like, am I ready to take this leap? I'm feeling this pull. I'm feeling the potential, you know. So I always get I'm planning on it. I really feel this strong pull to reach out to you and see where things are going. But the Ace of Swords is telling me that this could be the weekend that they're finally making the decision to build something, to do the next step, to contact you, and let's get together. So their next actions this weekend, look at this, the Knight of Swords, things moving pretty quickly with the Knight of Swords, a decision being made quickly. It can be very intense. It could be very fast. And very blunt, all right? Very passionate and very blunt. So your person here has taken enough time to where very intentional conversation about the direction and the purpose of this relationship. Somebody is ready to get things going, and it could be a Gemini. So maybe that's why Gemini is kind of lurking in the background. You know, for Gemini this weekend, things could be unexpected, all right? You might be like, I haven't heard from that fool, and all of a sudden, boom, you know, there they are. All right, Capricorn. You are welcome. All right, give me a couple seconds. Well, more than a couple seconds. Let me get a few shuffles here. I like the vibe of these cards right now, so I don't want to change decks. All right, Jam. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to catch you. There you go. All right, Capricorn, who's most likely to show up for you this weekend? I see a Sagittarius. I see a Leo. I see a Virgo front and center. I see a Scorpio and 50% chance Cancer and Aries. You know, they got you on their mind. So, all right, on the fence there. So the Death card, bottom of the deck. Whatever happened in the past is in the past, and it's time to move on. That version is ending. That story is ending. It's time to rebuild, but it's going to be different, or it has to be different. You have Scorpio energy here for you as well, too. So that doesn't necessarily mean something's over. It's something has definitely changed. And whoever's on your mind right now is like, I'm not the same, and I don't want things to be the same as they were before. All right. So their feelings, Ace of Wands. Now, they are wanting to spark things up with you. They are very attracted to you. And, you know, they're very wanting to get together with you physically. Somebody wanting to make a complete offer, you know, a serious offer, immediate offer. You know, it's like, here I am. Take this. Let's do this. I want a rebirth here. I want a renewal, but I do not want things to go back to the way they were. I don't want to even talk about the past. If the past is still an issue for you, this might not work, right? That's how strong this energy is. It is like, I want things to change. All right, moving forward, their next actions is the Chariot card. So you're seeing, you know, they're not they're not wanting to debate this. They're pretty much focused and centered on where things are going. So somebody could be returning into your life who has changed so much. They are better, they are grown, or they have changed their life around, and you're the one they're considering. You're the one they want to see. You're the one they want to move forward with. Very focused on you. I have a Cancer energy here too as well. So that's what I got, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. I'm good timing. I've been getting same time almost every week. Pretty good. Yay to me. Gold star. 36. Ten more seconds. All right, Aquarius. Who's most likely to show up for you this weekend? Scorpio, Libra, Aquarius, Sag, Capricorn, and a Pisces. All right, their feelings for you. We have the Nine of Swords at the bottom, so we are seeing waking up in the middle of the night thinking about you, somebody beating themselves up for what they did or didn't do or didn't say. So, you know, it's really weighing on somebody. It's time to clarify something. And I have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. Somebody who's been beating themselves up for maybe some time here about something. So let's see their feelings. Ten of Swords. This is somebody that maybe doesn't want things to be over. You know, look, can we take a step back here? Maybe I want things to change from the way things were. I don't want things to go back to the way they were. But somebody's not done. Somebody may have said they're done. Somebody may have made things final, but they're not. They're losing sleep over it. So that doesn't guarantee any movement, but that's what's happening. Their next step towards you, it may be a minute, not too, you know, not the longest minute, but somebody's anticipating and building the courage up to maybe return. You know, they're trying to move on. They're trying to see what's out there, but they're still being pulled to not sure if they're ready to move on. So this doesn't mean that you guys will, you know, it's not guaranteeing anything, but they're not settled yet. If they're trying to move on, they're still stuck, and maybe they're even hoping that this comes back around. That's what I got for you, Aquarius. And Pisces made it. Comments. Let's see. 39. Hello, Lady FD. Welcome to the membership. All right. All right, Pisces, who's most likely to show up for you this weekend? I have an Aries, I have a Leo, I have a Virgo, a Cancer, and a Sag. Have a great weekend. All right, so let's see their feelings for you and possible next move. All right, so you do have the Eight of Swords here, somebody really in their head, and their own issues, their own doubts get in their way. They may not see options or see, clearly what to do next, right? And they may always focus on the problems that could happen or the restrictions, or always come up with a reason why something can't work, right? And so it's a very mental energy, somebody that's in their head just way too much, right? Their real feelings for you is the Two of Wands, and they consider a future with you. They just kind of keep themselves hesitant on making the plan. They know there's potential here. Maybe they're still closing up something with somebody else, or they're still needing more time to, see how things kind of play out with the two of you. I've done this before. I don't want to get stuck again. I just came from a situation that, wasn't very good. And now I'm feeling pulled towards you, but, I'm anxious. Your person's very anxious. Their next actions this weekend, I see the King of Swords. All right. So they're analyzing instead of doing anything. You've got somebody who's working overtime, thinking about you, and that's where they're in. They're in their head right now. All right. Now that doesn't mean you might not be talking to them. Maybe you are talking to them, but you feel like they're a little bit aloof, a little bit distant, or they're detached. But you see that this is somebody that just analyzes the shit out of everything before they decide to take that leap of faith. But it does look like I'm planning on, or I'm being pulled, or they're naturally being drawn to reach out to you. All right. So I love you guys. And that's Aquarius energy right there. They were, I think, no, I didn't roll it on the dice, but they are showing up for you. All right. I love you guys. We are moving on to super chats. All right. So let's see who I have. I have Rebecca. I have Romy. I have Betsy, Alethea. I have a couple new KM. I pinned Dory. I have Aqua Mermaid, JM, Mara, and we also have Lady here for the membership. Every Tuesday, I don't know which level you're on, but Tuesday, and for the third one is Thursday. But welcome, and I put the live stream up on Tuesdays early, so if you have a question or want to ask a question, you can go ahead and put it in, and you don't always have to be there. It helps to be there, but welcome, and I'll tell you more about it on Tuesday if you're there. Have a great weekend. All right, let me see. So Dory, I do see you. And Jenna, let's see. Did I see? Oh, yeah, that's you. Okay. All right, so let's get going. I'm going to put the questions closed. If somebody pops in, I might take one or two, but questions are now. Okay, Jenna, I see you. Yeah, you're on the list. All right, I'm going to get going. Rebecca, let me change the deck. And let me use these ones. I want to. All right. Why did my Gemini ghost again last week? I declined a job offer last week. Is a better offer on the way? Hi, Rebecca. Yes, thank you all for supporting and participating in the chat. I appreciate all of you guys. All right, why did Gemini ghost again last week? Isn't it wild, guys, how much Geminis have been coming up, right? We see it over. I've seen it happen so many times over the years. It's just. Oh, wait a minute. Let me put the timestamps in the description. Sorry, I didn't do that. Come on. All right, they are now in there. All right. I know, it's wild. All right, why did Gemini ghost again last week? Let's see what's going on with Gemini. I see the Judgment card, you know, and, you know, what's happening is something happened between the two of you that's making them look at the situation and analyze it and evaluate it and be honest with themselves. Right? So maybe, you know, something happened or you said something and they need to consider it. This shows a return though. They'll be back, whether it's to apologize for ghosting or, you know, maybe they, you know, they're coming back in with the truth. Maybe they need the relationship to move in a new direction. All right. And I see the Death card, the end of a phase or a situation, time to move on. So they could have ghosted. All right. They could have ghosted or pulled back to evaluate the situation. Is this over or is this going anywhere? That's what I'm getting. And that's happening with a lot of Geminis right now. And I've been saying constantly, you can't get stuck on an assumption when it comes to people right now. People making I'm noticing it in my life because it's different for everybody, but driving. It's like people, I've almost gotten in a couple of accidents because of the way I'm driving and the way people are driving. Right. And it's like, it almost feels like people look like they're going to make a decision, but then they make a different decision and you don't know, they hesitate for a second and then they go, you know, and that could be Gemini energy is just, you know, trying to figure out a better way or trying to figure out a different way, trying to figure out another way. So there could be something they're reevaluating. This is major arcana. You know, what needs to change? What needs to happen? Are we moving? You're saying marriage on his end. You know, is he reevaluating, seeing if he's ready for it, if he does want to take it to the next step? I don't know why people ghost and don't talk and don't tell you that they need to take this time. But I'm also a believer that some people do tell us, but we don't want to listen. You know, so sometimes ghosting is the easiest thing to do so we don't have to make up excuses. It's not right. It's not mature. But it can be what happens. You know, it's the easy way out. No, Tia, you can throw a question in. I put it up right away to slow it down. You know, and I'm getting the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands. So I feel like, you know, things are going to come back together with you guys again. They do desire you, they're attracted to you, and they do want to start something with you. But obviously something important is weighing on them, and they're taking some time to really figure out what they want. Now, you declined a job offer last week. Is a better offer on the way? I see 3 of Swords. And I see the Temperance card. Why are you holding yourself back from that position? It seemed like that job may have been a good one. It may be some time before another offer comes on the way. One that maybe that you're wanting. So there's a timing situation here. You know, that I don't know why you didn't take that job, but a better offer is coming, but it may take some time before it comes in. you know, you may have a good offer come in, but you may be judging it before you start it. And it could be, you may be disinterested in the offers that are coming your way, but they could end up turning out to be something, right? Oh, you did not want to move. Got you. But I am seeing the Four of Wands. I do see home, wanting stability and wanting to settle where you're at now. All right. So it may be a little bit of time before something opens up for you, but it's not impossible. The Temperance card is here. And it just says waiting for the perfect time. So like I said, you'll find something. It just, one, I don't want to say it won't happen tomorrow because it could happen today. All right. But two, it's just saying let things unfold naturally and you will find something in your home area. Because I am seeing a happy home life, contentment, and abundance coming your way. It's just the timing's off. So sometimes we got to take something until the other thing shows up. I am sending you love. All right. Romy. All right. Is he thinking about you? Are you crossing his mind? You're welcome, Rebecca. Are you crossing his mind? I see the Justice card here. They may be running through, thinking about you, feeling guilty about the way things happened. You got this before. They're just not ready to talk about it. You know? They're just not ready to talk about it. They may know that it takes two, something happened, you know, they think you did something, you think they did something. And maybe, so yes, I would say you crossed his mind. He has not forgotten about you. But again, there's a sense of, I need peace right now. You know, I need things to clear up. Will you hear from him on his return? Right, I have the Death card here for you and the Eight of Fire. And I have the Five of Pentacles. All right. So there's an uncertain, you will hear from them. Things could happen pretty fast here. You'll get messages. Maybe you guys will start talking. Maybe things will pick up. You know, the Eight of Wands is like, you know, we've been apart, we've been distant. Maybe we do want to catch up. The Death card is an end of a phase or a situation. So it looks like when they get back, maybe there's been enough time for you guys to resolve. But the Five of Pentacles is showing me, though, too, that he's still keeping you at an arm's length. Right? So I'm seeing here that you guys may catch up and want to talk to each other because you guys genuinely like to talk to each other and things could pick up. But there's a feeling here of uncertainty when it comes to how close you guys, how soon or how quickly he lets you back in. All right. So let's see what you should do. And I'm seeing the Tower card, you know. The Tower card is like, it's time to change. It's time to go in a new direction, or, you know, just open up to other possibilities and let things settle with this one. You know, the challenge could be putting so much effort into something and having to make a decision whether or not the investment's worth it anymore. Sorry, my throat. And you know that that doesn't always mean the outcome is going to stay the same. It just means right now there's just a lot of instability here. You definitely woke him up to, you know, to the situation. But he's got a lot going on, and you're kind of caught up in the middle of what's going on in this chaotic world of his. And he can't give you the stability that you're looking for right now. So it's the same story, just different ways with these cards here. And that's what I got for you, Romy. I am sending love to you. You know, don't give up. Do what you know what's right and stand up for your beliefs. All right, sending you love. All right, Betsy Boo. Got quite a few new people here. Let's see. All right. I'm going down PayPal right now. Oops. All right, that's it. All right. All right, let's see what I get. Let's see his energy. What's happening here? You know? Does he still love you? I'm pretty sure you're right. He does, but feels he doesn't know what to do with it. He wants light and relaxed vibes as I do, but yeah. All right, I'm getting your energy in. Let's see. Yes, questions are closed. All right, does he love you? Let's move on. Let's move the show on. Does he love you? The Lovers, right? He chooses you. They've already chosen you. You know, that just doesn't guarantee that they act on it, but they've already chose you. Now he's weighing his decision. You know, sometimes the heart, the desire, the want, the love, but logic gets in the way and the mind gets in the way, and we start thinking about, you know, what that means to our life, or, you know, what has to happen in order to just enjoy this love, enjoy this time. And so there can be a lot of triggering that happens with the Lovers card, but you guys really have a deeper soul connection, a genuine connection. Real love energy. 3 of Wands. Things look very good, but have patience at this time. There's no need to, you have the open door, you have them here, and now it's about trust. Let go of control and needing things to be a certain way is all I'm seeing here with this, because there's, I mean, you can't, the Lover's right there. So let's see him in his biggest challenge. The 9 of Earth is him. The 9 of Pentacles is him. Self-sufficient. They definitely enjoy you, in love with you, but the hard truth is they don't need anybody or want to spend every moment with somebody. And independence matters to them. So they may feel afraid to lose that too quickly. And they may get anxious when there's intense emotions. If somebody, intense emotions feels clingy sometimes to somebody who's very independent, and that doesn't mean that that's what you're doing or you're being clingy. Somebody who's not as independent would love, they don't see that as clingy, right? But a person like this, a Nine of Pentacles, feels threatened all the time when somebody needs them too much. I don't know why. It's just the card that's coming out for him. It's exciting until it becomes real or till it becomes pressing. What's his biggest challenge with you? The Six of Swords. Moving on, just moving too fast, moving forward. So I will say this is the challenge, but also the opportunity this time. The end of a difficult situation is ending between the two of you. But the challenge is it's still fresh, and any kind of triggering or complications or disagreements triggers the past, and immediately they feel threatened. So you're in a very sensitive spot right now. And the door, you don't want the door to close when it's opening and when it's open and fresh. And I do see taking a trip. So I do see something about thinking about moving or moving on, which could be also part of the problem as well too. Let's see how he views you. Four of Swords. I'm seeing allow more time before making any decisions. Give yourself a little bit more time with this connection right now, and breathe in before you respond to everything, to anything. But you are a breath of fresh air to them too. They really do enjoy being around in your company. The Sun right there. I see happy outcome and have confidence in the situation and yourself. They're happy to be in your life. They're happy to know you. They're happy to be around you. They want to be around you. They want to be seen with you. They feel seen by you. They just don't want any complications. And depending on situations and depending on, especially early on, we got to, look, we don't have to do shit, and you know that. But if you really want something, you got to play the game. You got to play the game. So if that means not being intense and not being emotional, if that means playing it cool, even though you're flipping out inside, if you really want something, how far will you go to get it is basically it. But then there's people that'll be like, I ain't doing that shit for somebody, and you don't have to. But you are dealing with somebody who gets very threatened anytime somebody challenges them. And that can be emotionally draining for somebody who is intense and wants a relationship to really connect. So to answer your question, yes, they absolutely love you. And I feel like the whole thing is right here. It's just you're starting something new, and it's going to require, not needing everything to be perfect right now. Not needing plans to be perfect, not needing outcomes to be delivered, not needing exact words to be said, not needing constant validation just yet. The door is open, so you want to keep it as wide open as you possibly can, so that you always have opportunities to talk and connect and not feel like you're in the outside looking in. You have a way in right now. You are in right now. And that's what I got for you. you're afraid of disappointment and them walking away from you. You know, Queen of Swords, Eight of Cups, Three of Swords underneath all these, you know. It's like any movement of somebody not, you know, you're afraid they're going to move on again, and you're going to, sometimes we'll worry about every little move at that point. You are welcome. All right, Betsy Boo. All right, Alethea. Let's see. Guys, I ran a mile today. Do you guys care? I just love telling people my accomplishments. I finally ran a mile. I used to run all the time. I haven't ran in a long time. I haven't been able to run in a long time. And I ran a mile today. It was a 10-minute mile, but I did it and I didn't stop. All right. What is Libra's current feelings about us? Let's see. Oh, okay. All right. Yes, I just need you. I need approval. I need approval. Thank you. Such a dork. I said I was never going to run again, and I ran. Yes, I love you. What is the Libra's current feelings about us? Let's see. I got to get it. Well, no, I can't keep doing that. I don't care where I was at a long time ago. This is a new me. No comparing to my old me. I love your name, Alethea. Why, you know, that's easier to say than Sonar Alley. But now I can see Alley. It's Alethea. All right. So what is the Libra's current feelings about us? I'm just trying to get a good shuffle, clear the deck. What is the Libra's current feelings about us? The dang Libras too. Libras, Geminis. Aquarius is minding their own business. I never see any problems with Aquarius. Nobody messing with Aquarius. Look at King of Air just showed up. There's Aquarius energy. All right, so that's the thing. You know, what is your Libra currently feeling about us? The problem with Libra is they analyze instead of feeling. They think about their feelings instead of feeling it in their body, right? So you might be like, you know, you're needing an emotional connection, a deep feeling, and you're connecting with somebody who's more mental. They live in their mind. They may be trying to figure out what to think about you or what to think about this situation. And that's what they're doing right now. You know, constantly analyzing the situation and trying to figure out whether or not to ground in or title the relationship or take it to the next step in long-term relationships. So obviously that must be very important to you, or you've talked about it, or it's important to them and they're considering it. Look at that, 7 of Pentacles. You know, they just want to make sure that they're not investing in something that, you know, they're just, you know, what will they get back? Is this what they really want? Their feelings for you. I see the Justice card again too with you. They may be weighing things out. And it's obviously commitment, weighing things out, whether or not this is a balanced relationship. Are they getting back what they put in? Are we keeping tabs on each other of constantly who's right, who's wrong, or, explaining ourselves or having to explain ourselves, or, so it's compatibility stuff that they're thinking about. So remember, they're a thinker. So I know you want feelings, but what's coming through is all air energy. So it's more like they're processing through their thoughts what they're worried about, what they're feeling about. What's their biggest challenge? Page of Swords. Being honest and not rushing into things, and being able to have difficult conversations. So it looks like integrity and honesty is very important to them, and they want to be honest with themselves and you. It is clear that they want you. They are very cautious about you, and they're just kind of gathering information, maybe even testing you. We all do this. I know it sounds awful when you're hearing me say it in a reading, but we all do these things naturally. We're test people. We test our marriages when we're in them. We don't trust anybody, right? But that's what could be. They're just trying to ponder on and figure out what this all means to them. The next action position, or even their intentions, is the Three of Cups. Now, they enjoy spending time with you. They enjoy getting together and being around you. And there is a lot of love there. The Three of Cups can show that there could be somebody else that's in the picture, or somebody else that crosses their mind, or a third party that they're still dealing with. And they just want to make things, they want to be authentic. They don't want to feel guilty or ashamed or bad, or feel the consequences of doing or saying things or starting something and it not being what they really intended, or feeling pushed into something too prematurely. But the Three of Cups is talking about, I want to spend some time with you. I want to be around you. I like being around you. I really care about you. And let's see you and any advice. The Lover's card. So you're in love, and the Lover's card is in your energy, which means, sometimes it's just hard for you to control your desire. You just are in love. You want this now. And sometimes, the thing about it is thinking logically and not always with your heart. So we've got to think clear and think about the future and think about the steps, or think about the practicality of the situation that you're in. But you're being run by your heart right now. And sometimes it is about looking at things from a different perspective. But it's a soul connection you feel with them. And obviously it's been reciprocated. Or they feel the same thing too. So your advice, the Wheel of Fortune. Focus on things turning positively. Focus on the future. Take let go of the wheel. Needing to know every move. You guys keep pulling back around. Neither of you may be able to explain why you guys keep feeling this. But this is bigger than what's going on in the current energy. So if something's destined for you guys to be together, you guys will find your way together. And that's what I got for you. Love you, Alethea. Alethea. Is it Alethea or Alethea? Alethea. All right, Miss KM. I appreciate you too, KM. What is getting ready to manifest for me in love life? Let's see. What's getting ready to manifest for you in your love life? What is getting ready to manifest for you in your love life? Ten of Pentacles. A stable and very well off life. Endgame. Marriage. Security. Consistency. A very happy family life and financial security here. Ten of Pentacles. A significant life event. I love, I mean, I just like to read what it says because it gives me what I already know. So you have a big move, a big moment in your life that's going to lead to marriage, lead to long term. Look at the Two of Cups. There's a relationship that maybe you already know that's continuing to grow closer as you guys move forward. You're at the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups can say, we're feeling each other. We're talking. Or you may just start to talk to somebody. And it feels good because it feels like you both feel the same way. So mutual reciprocity. And you have the Six of Swords, which is like, there's not going to be unnecessary complications when you're with the right person. There's going to be pain in the ass. There's going to be problems. There's going to be ego battles, but there's not going to be bullshit. And you know what I mean? When somebody really wants to be with you. Or ready to be with you. People always are challenging, but not deceptive. If they want something real with you. Now I'm seeing the Nine of Swords. You're expecting the worst right now. Maybe you're even feeling like you're giving up. But be careful because you might be, this is self-fulfilling prophecies, losing sleep overnight and thinking that it's not going to happen for you. What's your biggest challenge? Your inner conflict and your conflict with others. You may struggle with connecting with other people, or you feel like you're challenged by other people, or you don't, you have to compete with other people, or you can't, confidence. That's all I'm saying. You got to have confidence in yourself. You might be losing confidence in yourself, and that can happen just because you're constantly battling situations, and you just feel like, is there something wrong with me? What the hell's going on? All I did was show up, and I can't seem to get what I want, figure it out. Right. So what should you focus on? I got the Star card. You're on the right path, Cam. And maybe right now you're feeling a little bit unstable. Maybe right now, you had the Tower card here too. You're wanting something significant to happen in your life, and it is coming. And it's a wake up. It's reality. It's seeing the truth. It's being in alignment on the right path, moving forward. And don't lose hope in your situation right now. But this is really where learning to surrender and have faith that you have a purpose. And it looks like the Ten of Pentacles is part of your path. Somebody may show up into your life so unexpectedly that it throws you off course. And if you're currently dealing with somebody in a love situation, sometimes we show up in people's lives and they have shit going on, and it gets overwhelming to be able to deal with a new situation coming in and an old situation that's trying to leave. It's never clean cut, very rarely. And so you're dealing, if you are dealing with a current situation, where you've got to surrender and you've got to hope for the best. And know that if you are connecting with somebody with that Two of Cups, and if it feels real and they feel it, you're not imagining it. It's just the timing is making it difficult. You know, your advice is the Eight of Swords. And this is where you can feel like you're trapped and lack self-confidence. You are not stuck. You're not restricted. It's your own limited beliefs starting to believe that in your worst fears, starting to doubt yourself. All right. But Two of Cups can say that you're already talking to somebody or a relationship's about to begin. All right. Thank you. Sending you love. Everybody's sending you love in there. All right. I have Dory, Aqua, Jenna, JM, Mara, and Tia. All right. Dory. All right. Oh, I pinned your question. Yeah. Oh, there you are again. You brought it. I did pin it though. I had it. Thank you for posting it again though. Okay, let's see. Will there be any change in the situation between me, Taurus, and George, you Gemini, at a distance? Will he be the first to break the silence during this Leo? I miss his smile. I see your smile again. What's that song? When I see your smile, is it? There's a song. I just had it in my head. All right, let's see. Will there be any change in the situation between Taurus, between Dory and Gemini? The Magician wanted to fling out, so let's see. Now you're dealing with a Gemini again, and I just think of that Knight of Swords energy. All right. I'm seeing the Page of Swords. So you're dealing with delays, right? But you're asking as well, too, as if you'll hear from them, and they may be the first to break the silence between you with the Page of Swords here. You know, they're still in your energy. You know, they'll become curious about what you're up to. Maybe they're trying to test you and see if you'll reach out to them first, you know? What's their biggest challenge with the situation right now? You guys have a lot of concerns when it comes to a relationship. Right? It just seems like the situation itself is not, it's fine, but it's not making both of you happy. You can't make each other happy, or something didn't make you happy. You know, it's wishful thinking at times, or, you know, it gets complicated at times. And And it's around being able to satisfy each other's needs. How do they view you? The Three of Pentacles. You know, that's not bad. There's a willingness to work on things with you. So that's the thing. The distance is what's the problem, but they have a willingness to fix things and build with you. It's just the Three of Pentacles can be, you know, we got to be creative. We've got to figure it out. But it could take some time. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, sometimes time seems like it's going to take forever, but the Three of Pentacles can be up to 3 years. I don't know how long you've been talking to this person, but this is something where they see, they are definitely seeing you as somebody who has a lot in common with them. Maybe they just get cold feet. You know, let's see you. Queen of Pentacles, you are ready. Look at you, Taurus, go. You're like, I am so ready and loyal and secure myself and ready to take on the next step. So it does feel like they'll break the ice. What's their next movement towards you? And I'm seeing the Emperor card. When they've got their shit figured out, they do love you. They do, or they, whatever it is you guys have developed, you guys have built some sort of emotional connection with each other. But you have a time and issue. I know you guys hate when I say that, but that is really the truth. And if he's not ready to move or to take that next step just yet, he's going to pull away and guard and seem withdrawn. But I see him stepping up towards you. It doesn't seem like he thinks anything less than awesomeness about you. Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you do, because Queen of Pentacles can be perfection, can be, earthy energy, just is very grounded and down to earth, and you need a plan. You're ready to go, let's make a plan and let's get on with this. Let's do this, right? And you're dealing with a Gemini who can, likes things to be a little bit more, I don't know, spastic wants to come. They're like, fun and curious and still keep things light, and it's just a different energy you're dealing with. But this person really respects you, really cares about you, with the Queen of Earth being there, and likes a lot about you. I wouldn't question you yourself when it comes to this situation. It's just you're ready for the next step. He should. He should. But it looks like the question is whether or not he's ready to give up his Nine of Cups. Somebody who wants their cake, wants their time, wants their pleasures. It can be selfish. Sometimes we feel like we earn it with the Nine of Cups. Are they ready for a relationship? Are they ready for that serious relationship? That's what I feel like is the common message. It's like, don't confuse somebody having feelings for you or thinking that you are high value, but just if they're not ready for commitment, they're not going to take that step no matter what. if they're not ready. But you do have the Emperor as their next step, which can be taking initiative and taking the next step towards you. So hopefully they will be the one that breaks the ice with you. If he went through a horrible relationship and he's older, you've got that's a challenge. It looks like he's being pulled to figure out his next move. You know, does he want to give up his pleasures and enjoyment and his time? Is he ready to commit into if you move there, that's it. You know what I'm saying? If you move to another place to be with somebody, they can't just kick you out if it doesn't work. Yeah, I know. I hate it happens with everybody. If you're going to make a big move, like move and you to see each other, that's a real strong commitment. I wish I had all the answers. I do. But I'm getting a yes. He'll be the one to break the silence between you. No, I wouldn't do it. It shows that they're going to break the silence with you. So I would not break the silence just yet. If you feel anywhere in your soul that you need them to break the silence so that you can trust them or that you want them to pursue you, unless, of course, you feel like you're the one that shut down the conversation, then don't be afraid to reach out to them. But if you need them to reach out to you, you've got to have the patience to let them reach out to you. I don't know your circumstances. I don't know how you left it. I don't know. I don't know what happened last between the two of you to be able to answer that. You know, that would change everything. Like, ultimately, there's no reason why you couldn't talk to them or keep them. It's just when we don't get what we want, we create challenges, because we all want to see things grow and move. So we can talk and have conversation, but if they're not ready to commit, and then there's always going to be that friction. Have a good day, Carissa. Anything headed your way in love? Yes, take care and thanks for hanging out. You're welcome, Dory. I am sending prayer and blessings. I hope this works out. I hope they reach out. All right. Anything headed your way in love? Anything headed your way right now in love? Queen of Swords. The Temperance card. Let's see. What's your sign? You're Aqua. I have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I have a King of Pentacles headed your way. All right. It could be somebody that's been quiet, somebody who's pulled their energy away, somebody at a distance, somebody who has feelings but is slow to open up. And not in a bad way, all right? That they will show, when I hate when I say that, because I always feel like there's a slow to open up, right? But there is a healthy and normal slow to open up versus some of the chaos that a lot of us have felt in the past here, collectively. This is just somebody who's a little bit more reserved, quiet, and introverted. I have a strong earthy energy coming your way. Could be somebody that has been distant from you, or somebody that you may have decided to pass up, or you weren't that interested before, or you weren't sure if they were that interested. So it could be somebody trying to test the waters with you again. You know, there is a chance that you tried to move on, or you're trying to, or they did, or you had other options going on and you weren't that interested in this person. They may be trying to shoot their shot again. Yep. So somebody may have went distant or been hanging out in the background, but they didn't go anywhere. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I'm seeing the Ace of Cups. So you're looking at either new love, or something finally opened up and somebody's ready to tell you how they feel, letting down their guards. You know, it might not be easy for somebody who's a hermit. They're older. They may not have felt this way for anybody for a long time. And now here it is again. And, you know, maybe they weren't expecting to have feelings this way. But you do have love on the way, Miss Aqua. I am sending you love. Oops. All right, I got so Jenna. All right. Their feelings about this separation. Let's see. You're welcome. Their feelings right now about the separation. Tell me their feelings about the separation. Their feelings about the separation. All right. I have the Hierophant. So there's still some loyalty or obligation to you. They may be just trying to seek out guidance on what to do. But there's still, you share a connection that's still there. There is, you guys share similar values and viewpoints. So what that means to me is that if they know how they would feel, or they know how they're feeling, so they know how you're feeling and how you're handling things. So it weighs on them a lot more, because on their consciousness, because you guys deal with things pretty much similar, you know, the same. So there's a lot of weight on this. I have the Page of Swords. You know, there's still kind of, I don't know if you guys have open communication or they have your social media or whatever, but it's the same thing. Just kind of watching you, being cautious and curious. And maybe they're just kind of giving you guys a little bit of a break so they can think about things. They could, like I said, be trying to figure out what they really want. I don't know if they, this can be a counseling type of energy too, or just talking to friends, or just trying to figure things out, or hanging out with friends, or hanging out at church, with our Pope here, the Hierophant. What's their challenge with you? The Page of Fire, impulsivity, intensity. Do you get pissed off easy? Do you get overly excited and a little immature? You don't get what you want? No, I'm just playing. I do. But they may have been feeling some pressure from you. And they're not ready to pursue it yet. They're not ready to do this yet. Maybe you're very excited. You really want to, and look, I'm not judging you, okay? I can pull the page out of me any day, any moment, the Page of Fire, all right? That is me. Sometimes I'm like, if I want something, if I get mad or I get triggered real fast, I mean, these cards don't mean that we walk around and do this shit nonstop. It just means that we have our moments. And they know how fast, what you want, and you guys could easily trigger each other. And you both are showing up as pages, which means you bring out the child in each other. You bring out the, in a good, when things are going good and fun, it's exciting. But you guys can piss each other off really quickly. How do they view you right now? The King of Water. That's a pretty good view. They have feelings for you. And I mean, I would even go, I don't know what kind of connection this is. If you guys have been together for a while, you guys know each other or invested, they love you. So they feel this connection with you. They respect you and they trust you. What's their next actions towards you? Page of Pentacles. So their next actions towards you is probably reaching out towards you and testing the waters. They may need time to figure you out a little bit more. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. Maybe you guys need to figure out how to deal with each other. So to me, it feels like you got to listen to each other. Understand each other. There's miscommunication, or there's just love language differences, right? Slow down. And it looks like I do see them really wanting to show up and try again with you. So you have 3 cards that show me contact. And I'm going to say that maybe you're in no contact right now, but they may feel like that's the only way to keep you guys from pissing each other off. But that's not stopping them from still having feelings for you. You got a King of Cups energy for you, which means that it's really hard to shake you. And if you piss them off, it's going to piss them off because they still have feelings for you. And it's going to be hard to find somebody who matches that energy that they feel towards you. So what should you do right now? 6 of Pentacles. Right now, do you have a problem with who does what? Constantly making sure that this can be, I'm going to say, follow the energy. All right. Equal give and take, and find a way to balance the energy out, focusing too much on this situation. But they may feel at times that they can't give you what you need or what you want. And that could be the problem. But I'm also seeing that you need to weigh out too if you're getting back the support that you put in. Maybe you give a lot and you're not getting back. That could be what your biggest trigger is. And so when people go no contact or there's a stop in a relationship, it's usually for us to take a look at, is this really what I want? Not, we might look at the other person like they're rejecting us, but maybe we were rejecting us. We weren't being honest with ourselves. We were engaging in a situation that wasn't supporting us, but we kept refusing to we ignored it because we didn't want to be alone. So sometimes when this kind of stuff happens, it's just saying, take a look at yourself. And are you engaging in a situation out of fear of being lonely or not, or thinking you're being rejected when you're actually the one that's doing the rejection? Your complaining is not your complaining is not getting your needs met sometimes. Now, there are people that naturally complain all the time. But if you're just asking for reciprocation and respect, and you're not getting your basic needs met, that's going to keep that is going to piss you off. So that's what I've got for you. Yes, the universe is definitely stepping in for you to take a look at what you're doing. Because what will happen is you'll start to build insecurities thinking you did something wrong when you were trying to mess with somebody that wasn't even on, it wasn't what you wanted. We build a relationship off what we see as potential. You may be able to see your person as being a potential fit, but that's not who they are right now. So all that was extra. I'm sorry I kept rambling, but your questions were definitely, I already answered them. Everything else is just something to ponder on. Sending you love. You are welcome. All right. Mara and Tia, and then I am out, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for being here. Let me get a couple more shuffles. Mara, what does my Aries want from me? What does my Aries want from me? My nose is starting to run. All right, we got the Three of Pentacles, not too shabby at the bottom of the deck. So I don't know what's going on, so I'm not gonna assume anything, but it does show me that they do or are willing to build something with you. They see that you guys have a lot in common, and maybe they know they need to put more effort in. And I got the King of Fire right here. So there's your Aries and the Three of Pentacles. But sometimes you got an Aries, though. Maybe they're willing to build with you, but on their terms. That's the thing that can suck. It's like Aries is like, if I need my time, I need my time. If if you're trying to change an Aries or wanting to control the situation, I don't think Aries really. I have a son who's an Aries. Try telling him what to do. He'll make it seem like he's doing what you want, but he won't do it. Aries going to make their own decision and go their own way, right? Now, I am seeing too, they got some buddies around them. So the third party could be, you know, they like spending time with, you know, or working or being with work or being with their buddies. And they do want to invest in this or work out or work together with you. But it does seem like a buddy or friendships or work kind of gets in the way. And maybe you feel second fiddle? I got a king of water here too. He's got feelings for you. But there's a lot of friends around them. A lot of male friends. So they feel a deep attraction towards you as well. But you have a lot of king energy here, and a king is not going to want to be told what to do. They're established in their ways. They walk their path in their ways, and it's on their terms most of the time. But they're kind and compassionate too. So it's not like they're dicks. They can be if you have a devil show up. But let's see. What's their problem? What's there any challenges? The Four of Cups. They don't want to lose an opportunity with you, and they have feelings for you, but they're just not sure what they want to do next. You know, they don't want to rush into the future. They're protective of who they let into their inner circle. Maybe their friends have influence over it too. Maybe, I don't know, do their friends like you? Do you know their friends? Or is this a relationship that you've actually, you know, had some movement in before? Let's see how they view you. And the Five of Fire, always, you know, conflict. You may be always competing against their goals, their friends, their other people in their life. And sometimes you cause challenges or anxiety or conflict with their plans. And you challenge them. And that's the only thing I'm seeing. You can be intense and jealous. I don't know if you can get jealous. I don't know. Remember, I don't know what kind of context is around this. So, and you are competing against friends, work, and that is showing up in the reading. But do they want to build something with you? Something real is happening. I mean, you know, but maybe they need you to be a team player with them too. Get on board. All right. That's what I got. So it looks like they do want to see where something goes with you. All right, Miss Tia, sending you love, Mara. Let me know if that even resonated. Why? Oh, civic holiday. Okay. I was like, what do you mean? Why is everything closed? You're in Canada. All right. Is this the end of me and Pisces, or is there a possibility of reconciliation? Current no contact. All right. Let's see. All right. Love you, Mara. Thank you for letting me know. I am. I'm having a party back here. No, I have a runny nose. I hope I'm not. It's been raining a lot, and it just started like 2 seconds ago. I have no reason. I don't know what the hell's going on. I better not be catching anything. So my nose is running. I'm not doing cocaine back here. That shit would kill me. Give me a heart attack. All right. 6 of Cups. All right, so let's do a little disclaimer. I do not want to give you false hope in these kind of situations, okay? 6 of Cups is like you both have a past. You both share memories together, and you both, you have issues too with each other, but you have deep feelings for one another. Pisces is really showing up here. There's feelings there. They keep going back to you. They keep coming back to you. They keep feeling their feelings, keep going back to good moments that you've had together. That you'd like that. All right. So the 2 of Swords right now is your Pisces energy. So to the answer to your question, is this the end of you and Pisces? I don't think so. But right now, I would say they're not willing to make a decision about the connection because there's 2 ways to go. And they don't want either one right now. They don't want to reconnect with you because either they're upset or mad or or they're frustrated or they're just not ready to. Or the other direction is to completely separate, and it's too painful. So we sit in the 2 of Swords. No decision looks good, so I just don't do anything. So we stay in no contact. So I would not do anything right now because this is a touchy situation. It's like touch it the wrong way and it can go, it's a 50-50 chance that it could go like, see you later for good. All right. And so, but they may be trying to ignore the problem right now. So what is the challenge with them? The 8 of Pentacles, commitment, work. They're working on themselves. They want to be by themselves. They're more committed to themselves and their work and their things that they are responsible for than a relationship. It's not disinterest with you. And if it's hard to take no for an answer, people avoid. That's an avoidant energy. Let's see how they view you or feel about you. And I'm seeing the Sun card for you too. I mean, they are very genuinely happy to be around you, happy about you. They feel love from you. They feel seen by you. They feel a friendship with you, even when things are complicated. So there is a happy outcome to this. So I am going to say there is a possibility of a reconciliation, even with this card. What needs to happen is the 7 of Wands, though. What needs to happen in order for this to happen is right now you're being tested and there's been a strong boundary. The block is the no contact. I don't know if you're trying to reach out, trying to explain yourself, but that ends up exhausting a situation and it makes somebody more defensive. So they block you so they don't have to hear it anymore. They've heard you. They know. They understand. I've been there. Believe me, I've done this, right? So it's like, it's all about just grounding and trusting, the block is there for a reason. And it's a very challenging situation that's also testing you to see how much you really want this situation. So backing up a little bit and grounding and keeping your position, you know what you want. Either you want it or you really want it or you don't. Sometimes we push forward in the 7 of Wands energy and we continue to antagonize a person because we don't have self-control. I've done this as well. We don't know how to break away from somebody that's not good for us. So we piss them off until they finally go away in hopes that they'll end it. So we'll stop doing it. It's an addictive behavior. So what that tells me is, it's the ball's in their court. He ghosted when you were supposed to meet and talk. And the more you need and want it, the more power they have over you. They're fighting something that you cannot fix. This is not your battle. This is, you know, they got to figure out their thing. And the only thing that you may be doing is antagonizing it by wanting to resolve it faster than it's meant to. You know, I got the King of Swords here also, and this is part of the, you know, reconciliation, possibility of a reconciliation. But this is somebody who is showing up as analyzing and trying to make a decision about you and what they really want with this. And maybe they're not ready to speak their mind. They don't feel confident about their decision. You want them to, and they may say yes to meet you. So, you know, because you want to, but then they're not ready to. And that's when they detach, you know, but you also got a 9 of Cups here. Your wishes coming true and a chance to reconcile does look like it's on its way. But I will say what has to happen is that 7 of Wands has to change. Demands or demanding or constantly explaining yourself or wanting to fight, wanting to work things out, wanting to push or press, and wanting to break down the barriers and persist when the time right now is saying they're not ready to speak or to talk about things yet. That's a difficult position to be in. Give each other enough time and space. And, you know, you have the 6 of Cups here too. You obviously share some moments that both of you really enjoyed. All right. I love you guys. I think I got everybody, unless anybody snuck in last minute, but I am done. Thank you, Lisa. And I'm going to put the timestamps up now. I will see you guys Sunday. I will have a really good live out for you guys. I mean, a recording out for you guys for the week. All right. And I do appreciate you guys being there and showing up for that one too. It's one of my favorite ones. Yeah. You're welcome, Tia. You know we got your back. I'm sending you love, and I hope that works out. Thank you, Romy. All right, guys, you're awesome. Have a great weekend, and take care, everybody.